Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the 1957 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham build. It's been a while, but I got the spray booth all set up and ready to go, and I started looking at the body, and I got looking at it, and there's a lot of spots, like you can see right here, here.
See if I'm moving camera. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm way in camera.
Ooh. Trying a new angle tonight, excuse me. I don't want to be in the camera, but I also want you to see something. But yeah, there's what they call sink marks in the injection molding business. Both sides. It happens, and honestly, I do work in injection molding factory, so I can confirm these are what you call sink marks. And what happens when the mold cools down, you can see they got these ribs here for strength and support for when it's injected, and gives it strength when it pops out of the mold and whatnot. But then the unfortunate part is sometimes you get the sink marks. And after looking at it, I'm thinking the black spray paint that I want to put on this, because I want it to be all black, except we're going to do the top and the brush stainless. I decided I'm going to have to do some model Bondo work on this thing. I have this plastic putty from Vallejo, and I have used it on the, grab this here and hopefully, I still need to sand it and everything down, but all the seams you can see on this P40 Warhawk that I've done. This stuff works pretty good. It's water soluble, so you can just basically take a wet Q-tip, and might have to do a little bit of sanding on it, but I want to fill in these divots, or sink marks as they call them in the biz, on this body, because I don't think I'll be happy with that once it's painted. You know, you got your door seam here, but then you got this big old sink mark right in front of it on both sides, and got it there too. I'm not sure what this is about. You can really see it on the outside, but I don't know if that was to probably, oh, okay, from the sprue. No, that makes a little more sense. Anyways, we're gonna have to do something about that. And the last time we did this, we gave everything a second coat. We painted the tires. I think the tires look good. I'm going to leave them as is right now. This is just the first coat we sprayed on it. But once they're together, we'll look over again and see if they need I'm sure they're going to need some touch-up, especially on the seams. We're probably going to have to sand. Looks like there might be a little flash right there. But I think today, during the build, we are going to try to find the right camera angle. And I just need to know that it's right here. Someday I'll learn how to be a decent cameraman. But until that day comes, bear with me. But yeah, even on the front, you can kind of see. Yeah, we got some sink marks we got to take care of. Could let him go. I've seen these models built by other YouTubers, and yeah, you can let them go. It's a model. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's actually bugging me a little bit. Yeah, it's too bad. It's bam, bam, and then in front of the doors and everything. So, without further ado, and all my complaining about and explaining, go ahead and cut this part of the sprue off. Again, I'll try not to get my head in there. Put that away. And let's go ahead and sand that before. And there's a little flash here and there on this kit. But you know, it's not bad. I think it's a repop from the 90s. But the actual kit, the mold is from like 1957, I think. I don't know if this is it says 57. Atlantis models 1957 USA copyright. Can't confirm that that's how old the mold is, but given the some of the flash like you see over here, a lot of that could be processing from the person that's running the machine, but as molds age, this happens. There's nothing you can do about it. The molds have a certain lifespan, and you can keep pumping plastic through them, but they're gonna flash, and it's really not that bad. So, anyways, we're just kind of sand some of this down a little bit. And the main thing I want to do tonight is start filling that sink. We don't want to get rid of our door panel lines. And this stuff's pretty easy to work with, and I'll probably make it look harder than it is. But I would prefer to have like a piece of cardstock or something. Oh, I will be right back. Actually, I found something right here. Got some more of my off-camera antics. I like to do that sometimes. Not really, it's just that I kind of wing these videos, and it's spur of the moment, and you gotta work with what you got. So I'm just gonna take some of this putty, and I love this new light I got because I can really see good. Because I'm getting old and my eyesight's not as good as it used to be. I'm gonna take that, and I'm just gonna take this card and just kind of, I don't want to rub it all off. And it doesn't matter that it's splotchy. We're gonna take some very fine sandpaper and, like I said, wet it down. This is water soluble. This is from a tail wheel for one of my Guillo's kits. This one we got to be a little bit more careful about because we don't want to fill in that door seam. And hopefully I won't get so much on. God, how you get used to how stuff comes out of a bottle. Sometimes let's rub that excess off. We don't want to. This one here especially, we don't want to get crazy with. Yeah, it appears I might have missed the mark on this one. Ended up rubbing most of it away. There we go. There we go. I don't have one of those scribing saws, so I don't want to get too crazy on them seam lines. But like I said, we're basically Bondoing this thing. Got one in front of the door here. Got one little bitty part right behind the door seam there. See if I can be a little more graceful with this. There we go. That's better. Yeah. I think that's going to film pretty decent. I don't know. The right-hand fender, if you're looking at it in the driver's seat, isn't so bad. The left-hand fender's got a little bit of wrinkle, so just do a little bit there and kind of just don't want to. Problem is on these curves I'm kind of rubbing it off. There we go. That'll probably do for that. The back of the car looks pretty good. The top, it'll be fine. So let's go ahead and wipe that excess off. And then do the other side. Same spot. Yeah, there's a little bit there. A lot of sing marks in it, unfortunately, but like I said, if this mold is from 1957, you can't really complain about it. That's part of the fun of the hobby. I mean, if it was completely easy, you don't want a lot of stress when you're doing a hobby, but it's always nice to have a little bit of a challenge though too. Otherwise it won't be fun. So those sing marks aren't as bad. Actually, this ain't as bad on this side either. Mainly on that side. Yeah, it's got one in the middle, and it didn't here. So our sing marks are in a different spot, right where that goes through there from off the sprue. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I think that'll be fine. I think all the rest of this will be fine, but let's get these two, because those are definitely gonna bug me. Gonna seal this up. Like so. And then let's just do a little smoothing out here. That. Wipe up the the excess. I just played War Thunder, so I'm thinking Allied and Axis. You'll have to excuse me. Alright, I think we're going to let that dry for now. And call that good there. And then just to get some of our parts already, yeah, there's this sprue in particular had a ton of flash there. Well, let's go ahead and cut our dash out. And we determined that the top half was vinyl, leather, whatever. But the bottom half is painted. So, get this cut off the tree there. That's our steering wheel column. And then, will this flash? Yeah, I think the flash is just going to bust. I have to clean it up a little bit with the sandpaper. But let's get rid of that flashy mess. Yeah, it's kind of got all the way around it. It's got a lot of flash. And hopefully I'm on camera, or at least, well, not me in particular. We don't get to see my face on there. You kind of see what I'm doing. That looks pretty uniform. So there, we got our steering wheel. A wheel. Just gonna sand some of this flash down, smoothing things out a bit. I love these sanding files. I bought this whole kit. It came with a couple of these sanding files, some real actual metal files, these sprue cutters, I think some brushes and whatnot. It's kind of a model starting kit, really cheap off Amazon. Good way to get started back in the hobby, because it's been years. It's one thing about YouTube I love. It gets you motivated to do the things, the fun things you used to do back in the day. Nostalgia and all that. So I think that's good there. We'll have to clean the part, dust off the parts. Oh, wait a minute. Hello. Forgot about Mr. Steering Column here. You bet. So the next time you see these pieces here, that's all spray booth. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We need to look at the lower part here. And actually not bad. I think we might take some of that Vallejo putty here, because I don't know if you can, I can hit the tripod there with my glasses, but there's a little bit of sink on both sides here from these pins. Other than that, I really wish the exhaust was separate. And of course there's no engine, but we'll detail that all up after we paint it the body color. We'll get the flat back black on the frame here. I always thought that was cool, kind of like an X frame. Yeah, get the stainless for the exhausts. We'll make it look decent. Paint up the fuel tank. I'm going to leave the lettering. I could. It's always nice to, I mean, it's a model. It's not a real car, so, and it's not like you see it. But we're going to go ahead and hopefully not damage this too much. I kind of did. Yeah, that's a thick. I wonder why they did it so thick. There we go. I said I'm going to try not to damage it too much. There we go. Yeah. Do some sanding there. We might have to build that back up because I did kind of cut into that a little bit. Not afraid to admit mistakes. That's something people shouldn't do. If you mess up, fess up. That's the way I always live life. And again, I don't know. Might have a little gap. We'll have to see. I'll have to check the fitment. This video might run a little bit long, but we're having fun building a model car. And we haven't done a video in a while, so it doesn't matter if it's a little bit longer. So I've decided, after scoping this out and seeing how bad I butchered that, I actually am going to build that up a little bit with the Vallejo putty. We are going to get those little sink marks on each corner here. And I think the only other thing we'll do in this video is maybe cut these trim pieces off, and I think I'm going to bare metal foil those. That's the original plan anyway. We'll see what happens. It changed my mind a lot. So we'll put this off to the side and let that cure. I'm just going to dabble do you here. A little bit there. And we'll take the spot that I butchered up, just kind of build that up a little bit. There. I think I got the most of this side with my finger. Maybe not. I'm just taking care of that little sink marks there. And then this one, we'll just kind of... Yeah. Don't look the greatest right now, but... I might even leave it thick like that and just sculpt it with some sandpaper. So yeah, we'll leave it like that. Except on this inside part. We don't need none of that stuff on the inside. Like I said, this stuff's pretty easy to work with. It's water soluble and easy to sand and sculpt, so... The old Vallejo plastic putty. It's 100% acrylic resin, by the way. So let's go ahead, before we end this, go ahead and make it a 30-minute video. We are going to... Oh, that's our axles, too. Let's go ahead and cut off our nice little stainless steel pieces for the trim. There's one. It kind of just broke off. So there's that. And let's go ahead and cut off our front end frame support for the steering component. And since we're here, let's go ahead and do our axles. There's one. And there's two. And we can get rid of this sprue. So we took care of a few sprues tonight. And let's go ahead and deburr and deflash. Get these all ready to do the bare metal foil on it. And we'll do all that live on air. There's some flash in there. We'll have to get with our X-Acto. But I basically wanted to clean up. Oh, don't break it. Like so. Clean up our axles a little bit where we cut them off. Like I said, I love these sanding sticks. Excuse me. Let's just check out this, because that was kind of a little bit right there. Let's just get everything ready for... And I have aluminum bare metal foil. I think I'm going to order stainless. And if they have brushed stainless, we're going to get that for this top. If not, I'll probably brush paint it like I did the B29. Because I wanted it to be kind of weathered. Like I mentioned before, this is going to be part of a Keybird diorama. And I kind of splotchy painted the black underneath, but we're going to take some thinner and smoothen that out and kind of make scrape marks like it's been rubbing against a glacier all these years, and I might do a mist coat since I got my spray booth. Kind of weather this aluminum even more to try to make it look all oxidized and whatnot. So if I can't find a bare metal foil for the top that's brushed, I'll probably just do something like this, brush it, instead of doing all in one direction. This is like the wings are this direction, the fuselage is this direction, and then kind of everywhere, but that's what I was going for in this one. So, well, we got some work done tonight on the Cadillac build. Next time, I'm hoping to sand the putty down, and hopefully we don't have to recoat. But for sure, I want to get the seats and the door panels in the spray booth, and the lower dash and the steering wheel and column. We'll assemble that, paint all that, and we'll get to moving on this Cadillac. So I'd like to thank you all for joining in on this episode, and we shall see you guys next time.